Hey, I got something. So this is for Tanner and Alex. So for Brickwork again, I got to chime in for Brickwork users, right? So I get a lot of questions about the whole downtown LA 2040 plan. Is that going to be set in stone? I just remember a meeting with Alex where he was just like, look, best case scenario, it's still at least a year and a half, 2 years out, because minimum you probably need about 3 to 4 hearings, right, to even get this, codified. Now, my question is, there's still a lot of users that are curious about whether that's going to move forward, how it's going to look. Where are we on that process post-COVID? Like, is that now still 2, 3 years out, or will they fast track it? Is there even a talk of doing so?
Oh, the planning has been talking about it, right?
At
They've
all?
been talking about, and I think what they say, the early fall or fall or something
They
like
keep
that.
putting more and more. They keep putting more and more stuff out in bits. So like the EIR was out, and then like portions of the draft ordinance were out, and then more specific parcel by parcel information was out.
Mm.
And it, as far as I understand, where they're at is comments to the EIR
Mm.
are due December 2nd.
I see.
And so then they still have to go through this whole response to comments process for the EIR in order to finalize the EIR before they're ready to bring anything for approval at the City Planning Commission and then the City Council, right? Yeah. There was an interesting timeline earlier, like I said, like late last year, earlier this year, where planning was being very adamant that they were going to adopt it by the end of 2020.
Yeah.
And it was I looked at that as potentially planning trying to like adopt some of a power vacuum in the CD14 seat. Like frankly, because I do think that now, like literally Kevin De Leon, the new council member for CD14, was just sworn in on October 15th. He's in the seat now.
Yeah.
And I pretty much guarantee you, as the new council member of All Downtown, he's going to want to take a look at it.
Of course.
So I think that they're like, that might impact the timeline a little bit as well before ready to go to CPC.
But not only that though, it's such a big document. I mean, it's introducing a completely new zoning code, and so like, I mean, we have our standard zoning code, and all these community plans that are being updated to accommodate the new zoning code, right? And this is, the code is coming out with this plan, and I don't know, my skepticism of it is that I just envision somebody challenging it. Right, so it's gonna get approved eventually, right? It's gonna make its way through the process, and then we can almost guarantee that somebody's gonna, some people are gonna challenge it.
Yeah.
And then like Hollywood, yeah, exactly. And then from there, it's kind of like up in the air until that's resolved. If the city is going, I mean, typically even on a challenge, like it's if it's effective or it's implemented, so be it.
Yeah.
People start moving forward with it. But when is it going to be of use, like something tangible that we can actually use? I just don't see that specifically happening in the near term.
I have a slightly different take on that, Alex, because I'm also I'm a public member of the planning committee for the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council. So every month I help hear cases there to make recommendations from the neighborhood council. And people are already kind of coming in presenting to us this way, that here's how we comply with the code as it exists now, and here's what we're doing to address DTLA 23. Like they're already kind of cooking some of these things in, or to the extent that it's beneficial to them, they're sort of saying, although we may not meet this requirement today, we're looking towards the future and addressing it that way. So this always happens in this period where the draft is out and people can see where the intent of the department is, that people already start trying to kind of design their projects to that, or make their justifications based on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's smart planning on the project team side, right? If you're looking at a site in the downtown area, and you're designing a project that has the potential of an entitlement process to last, you know, a year plus, or at least to last, you know, until that plan starts gaining a lot more traction than what it is now. Absolutely. And
Tanner, I got a quick follow-up on.
You want to plan, right? You want to plan towards that plan.
Tanner, I had a quick follow-up on the community plan. Has that is that process being affected at all by the new council member? Because I know that Huizar had a lot of influence in what was happening in his portion of the downtown district.
Right. I mean, like, to use a cliche, we have the, you know, strong council, weak mayor system, right? Where it's sort of like we have 15 individual fiefdoms where the members have, you know, pretty strong land use control in their areas. So I don't know, like, I don't really have a window into De Leon world right now, but my just kind of like political assumption is that, you know, if there's a new member in town, he's not going to just be like, oh yeah, I'm cool with whatever you guys have been doing before. Like, that you're going to want to kind of make a stamp on it. So that's just, you know, my political gut more than anything I know.
Cool. I think we're at the hour mark, and
yeah,
I don't want to interfere with that debate, you know.
Yeah. Oh, damn, it's on. Yeah, I got a boogie.
Thanks, guys.
This has been great.
Yeah, this was fun. Let's do a last cheers with everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
Yes.
To land use.
Safe.
You know, I mean, despite the fact that our feed didn't work, I mean, you know, we probably would have put people to sleep anyway, you know.
No, I couldn't believe we had 7 people like 15, 20 minutes in. So I was just like, what are you guys doing? So it might be a few of us that still have it open, but I was chatting with the people.
Almost had as many people watching or on the call.
So those 7 people aren't us.
Yeah, I know, right? It was ghost account.
Well, I went on YouTube, and the feed was only 24 minutes.
Yeah, I had to cut it off at a certain point. I was just like,
yeah. You cut the live feed, and you're gonna upload the full.
Yeah,
hour.
yeah. So this Zoom is on. I cut the YouTube feed, so like that was just constantly glitching the entire time. So I was just like,
okay.
No. But
all right. Well, I'm out of here. Great to see everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Everyone.